Hello everybody, this is Ashley from This Game Where. We are going to be playing quickly through some of Discworld to tie in with episode 3 of the podcast. I'm considering playing through the whole thing, but that won't be in this video. If I do that, I'll add a second video, which will be an extended play. So here we go. I'll let you watch all of the intros and whatnot and listen to the dialogue. Try not to talk over it too much. Hope you enjoy it.
In a second-hand set of dimensions. In an astral plane that was never meant to fly.
Points for anyone who knows who that is talking. Put it down in the comments.
Somewhere in darkest Ankh-Morpork, a sinister plot is about to unfold. Good. I'll see you again next week for my usual special.
You might be able to make out the women on the balcony from that in that building that he's just left, and you might be able to work out what his usual special is as a result. Or what it might be, anyway.
Get off! Leave me alone! Damnation if you don't clear out, so help me, Oh, just bugger off!
I keep forgetting to click to speed up the dialogue. I'll try and remember to do that, because it goes a bit slow.
Just murder a good curry.
Literally, I imagine.
Ah! Hands up. Who's there? Hands. Would you mind putting your...
So again, the guy doing those lines that is doing a Michael Caine impression is the same guy that is narrating. So if you know who that is, pop it down in the comments, let us know. I know who he is.
Put your hands up.
Sorry about that.
Ritual of your actual mugger and victim relationship. You being the victim and me being the aforementioned mugger. Now please put your hands up. Holds on to you, what's the names? I haven't got all night, you know. Just do it, alright? Okay. I don't know what this town is coming to. A man can't even have a quiet drink in peace. Now, that wasn't too hard, was it? Now, if you'll just... Oh, bugger.
Wow.
Unseen University. The home of the greatest wizards on the Discworld, and one or two of the worst.
Keep an eye on what happens with that fly. It's quite a cool little bit.
Carefully. With all these rumours of a dragon... But, sir, dragons don't exist. At least, not unless people believe in them. Quite. Nevertheless, with all these rumours of a dragon on the rampage, the Wizards of Unseen University must fulfill their civic responsibility. Yes, but how? Who? Leave the how up to me. As for the who... Well, I know of the ideal person. Why don't you go and fetch Rincewind for me?
I don't know why, but I really like the way the fly turns round. It's just nicely animated. Here we go.
The Arch-Chancellor wants to see you.
And there we are. So, if you missed it, the fly ends up being your pointer, gets stuck in these cobwebs down here, and then when he tries to get out, ends up in this portal up here, comes back out, and he's your shiny pointer. Which is pretty cool.
Nope, I can't shift it. Yes, it's definitely a fine example, if I may say so.
So in this game, Rincewind has pockets, but he also has this chest up here,
That doesn't work.
which you have to wake up before you can use it. It does really work as a mechanic. All adventure games, you tend to have bottomless pockets, but this one you've got an actual magic trunk, so it makes a lot more sense than most. So first port of call is the Arch-Chancellor.
Ah, if it isn't young Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Rincewind, quite. Come in. We need to talk. That is, I need to talk, and you listen. No doubt you've been hearing all sorts of rumours about this dragon that supposedly is terrorising the town.
Dragon? As in the classic fire-breathing, city-toasting...
Shut up! Yes, pretty much. Scaly, vein, like shiny objects, that species of kidney. And what we need to do is to ensure that the Unseen University is properly represented in the attempt to dispose of it. If some yokel simply slays the wretched thing without our help, the people will begin to ask just what wizards are for.
Actually, sir, what are wizards for?
Wizards are firmly behind big dinners. And if you want to keep on eating yours, you'll go and see about this dragon.
Surely, sir, dragons don't logically exist.
Shut up! Dragons exist if you believe in them. And the average man in the street does believe in them. Or at least believes in them enough to give us big rewards if they think we've gotten rid of the thing. Do you follow me? Shut up! Not interested in excuses? Too much sloppy thinking around here. Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of Dragon's Lair. Once we've read that, we'll know how to track the scaly blighter down. You still here? Standing around like something. Do it now!
That doesn't work. Ooh, sparklies. Golden thingamies. It must be good to be the Arch-Chancellor. As far as leaders go, the only reason I'd follow him into battle is out...
There's lots of leaders like that, I imagine.
Yes, well, art criticism was never a strong point of the University Trust.
So I'm supposed to be heading for the library, which I think is there, yeah. But we'll pop in the dining room first.
An old wizard who grew a beard mostly because shaving cream costs twopence a bag.
So this is the system for talking to people, the conversation system. It's a bit more streamlined than some systems, and you don't actually get to choose the line that you say. You sort of got different, I suppose they're like emotes. So that one's probably like an angry one. This is like a happy, friendly one, a funny one, a question one, and so on. That's goodbye. So
Always have to be this way.
What way?
Well, this way. It's chaos. It's undisciplined. It's as if I'm thrashing about in a sea of questions, like I'm screaming out against soul-destroying winds.
Isn't that a mixed metaphor?
I mean, there are times when I dream about just shaking this place by the neck until it starts talking sense.
I have one like that too.
What, really?
Oh yes, in one magic moment I stride like an intellectual giant across the rooftops of the world, slicing through the Gordian what's-his-name of fuzzy thinking for all time. And then I have this other terrific dream that I'm being smothered in fruity yoghurt and sucked up inside a whale.
Thankfully, that's not my problem. So far, anyway. We can but hope.
So that was the grumpy one. Now, I can't remember in this game whether they just repeat the line, so I'll try that one again. Because in other games, they will say different things, depending on how many times you've clicked them. But this is a repetitious one. This is one where there's a line for each. I said in the podcast, I couldn't remember how this one worked, but in some of them, it's good to sort of push your luck with people.
Where might I go to find the patrician?
Because they get grumpy.
Don't be an idiot, boy. Just look for the...
Is he approachable? Can you actually speak to him?
Oh, yes. But he's a mean man with a word. Be careful if he uses sarcasm on you. And for heaven's sake, run for it if he resorts to... irony.
Another busy day in the faculty, gentlemen?
We are cogitating.
I hope I heard that right, said in a knowing tone of voice, nudge, nudge.
Cogitating, my lad, is that process by which the wise make space inside their minds for more ideas.
You make more space for ideas by sitting on your backside sipping a cup of milky tea.
Hit him. Hit him.
My boy, ideas are normally sold by volume, not by weight. It's best to let them settle so you can find more room in the top. We have wisdom and you do not. For instance, this is the action of a clever man.
What's so clever about writing down the word monkey?
Wisdom, my lad, is never cheap.
Well, I didn't know you were selling it by the pound.
So anyone that doesn't understand what just happened, that orangutan was the librarian who used to be a wizard, but was turned into an orangutan. And he doesn't like being called monkey. If you've read the books, you'll understand that already.
What with the bottom falling out of the tapioca market.
He's off again. Past the dried frog pills.
Laugh away, you old bivalve. It's all this dragon business. That's what's doing it. Snatching tapioca out of the mouths of the deserving elderly.
Dragons? Dragons in the town? A likely story.
Swamp dragons, he means? No, a real dragon. Not one of those little marsh
Poppycock, there's no such thing. Dragons only exist if you believe in them. I don't believe in them, they don't believe in me. So we're both happy.
So that's all of our options, isn't it? So we'll go away. I might accidentally, I already have accidentally clipped some of the dialogue, because the way I'd normally play this game is I'd read, and if I got to the end of the dialogue, I would click on.
A swamp dragon, if my eyes don't deceive me. I thought these things were filled with explosive gas. Oh, right.
So I'm trying to resist doing that as best I can.
Wildebeest baked in a poodle's eye sauce. Newt's liver pate with pickles and cream. Ex-senior wrangler legs in garlic butter. I do hope that door gives a clear run to the latrine.
Whilst at the same time keeping the dialogue going.
Another bearded old wizard.
Because it's a bit slow to move on.
As an aged wizard, I mean, you know, as someone who's climbed to the very depths, is there any advice you feel you might like to pass on? I mean, a few words of guidance, perhaps to one who hopes to follow in your pointy footsteps?
Ah, yes. Well, young fellow wallpaper. Well, I'd say that of all lessons in life, always learn to expect the unexpected.
But if I expect it, then it isn't unexpected.
Eh?
Well, by definition, it can't be unexpected if it actually is expected.
Quite right, my boy. Well spotted. In which case, my advice to you is to always expect the expected. Is that clear?
I expect so. So, your faculty heads, the giants of wizardry, this is it? This is as good as life gets?
Contemplating promotion?
No, I'm contemplating a change of career. Listen, one thing I've always meant to ask. These dresses we wear, are they strictly necessary?
Eh?
The robes, lad, are symbolic of our dedication. You see, this is not so much a calling, a profession, as a condition of mind. By wearing long robes, we imply a somnambulistic state, an attitude in which we walk dreamily through this world with our minds occupied by higher things.
Higher? Like, say, as high as this hat?
Well, the hat, too. Its height implies loftiness of thought.
Or it might imply that we should have let our mothers keep on dressing us.
What's more, it keeps young whippersnappers like you from running off.
Eh?
Would you want to walk the streets looking like a refugee from a somewhat suspicious pencil factory?
Point taken. Is this all you do all day? Just sit and make a public nuisance of yourself?
I'm reserving my power.
What powers?
Well, for a start, I can read your mind.
Really? What you see?
Not much. You must have the big print version.
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
So, again, for anyone that's not familiar with adventure games, this is what they are. They are, you go around, you interact with different things, talk to different people.
I've always wanted to ring one of these.
Me too. And try to solve puzzles when they come up. Oh, sorry. One of the issues is, well, not issues, but one of the things about the games is that they're obviously dialogue heavy. And I'm trying my best not to talk over it.
Hey! A girl. What's a girl doing in here?
I'm not a girl.
Why are you wearing a dress?
It's a wizard's robe, not a dress.
I knew a girl's dress once. Splendid. Very good at pickling. Yes, very good at pickling eels, she was.
Well, I once knew a girl too, of course.
Of course? Oh, why are you of course? Young fellow like you ought to be out and about, exploring a world of adventure. Wine, women, and pickles.
Look, I am out and about.
Well, you can't be too good at it if you're already off course, young air freshener.
Look, no one's off course. I just used the phrase as a pleasantry, a manner of address. Pickling? Oh, how fascinating.
Pickled?
No one's pickled. You started it. I don't even like...
What? Oh, they were wonderful pickles. Damn, I've lost it. What were we talking about again?
Pickles?
What's pickled? What? What do you mean?
Well, the eels were pickled, weren't they?
What? Pickled elves? Damn their ears. I told them to lock that liquor cupboard. Go on, boy, get after them.
No, pickles, not pickled.
Pickles? Or try the kitchen. Get out. Stop wasting my time.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
We'll get back on course. Head for the library. Kitchen, I think, down there. So there he is, there's the librarian. Orangutan library.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we?
A difficult book.
Hi. Do you mind if I monkey about in the library for a while? Did you get the number of that donkey cot? Whoa! Egad, you're not in charge here, are you? Oh, well, that explains the filing system. Look, I don't know if you're quite the person that I want to see. Whoa! Yeah, well, it's hard to explain, really. Yeah. Ook, eek, ook. Well, this is wonderful. I never knew I could speak monkey. Did you get the number of that donkey cot? May I take a book from the library, please? Excuse me? I see. I need something in order to take out a book. Toothpaste? Fingers? Gloves? Something in your hand? A dentist? Halitosis? You want some mouthwash? That's it. You want some mouthwash. I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. Oh! A library card! Why didn't you say so in the first place? What happens if I just barge in without giving you a library card? Yes. Now look, unfortunately, I don't have one ape. Ape upon my person. Phew. I didn't say monkey. Did you get the number of that donkey cot? Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs? I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey.
Really driving that into the ground, aren't they? The monkey joke. It's a running gag in the books, so I suppose that's an excuse, at least.
Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn! Did you get the number of that donkey cot? This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
Ah.
That doesn't... Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be.
So before we go and get what we need for the book, we'll pop back and get our chest. And now if we click on there, we've got a chest and a... Ooh. And a banana, which could be useful. Broom and a banana, not a chest and a banana. But our chest will follow us anyway, so that's good. I thought that you found the banana in the kitchen, but apparently not.
Excuse me, but could I ask you some questions?
Clear off! And no magic in the kitchen! One more spell goes off in this place, and I'm going to complain to the Arch-Chancellor.
Well, that's a fine skill to have. Your parents must be very proud of you.
Actually, I was going to become a wizard, but they found out my parents were married.
Are you always this surly?
Not always. I even...
Really?
Yes. What's ugly, hollow, and rings like a bell?
I don't know. What?
Look over there.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot? Fascinating. Don't any of your pancakes get lost?
What? From here? From my frying pan? You don't seem to realise the gravity of your accusation. 27 years I've been studying to be a cook's apprentice. I've got top marks for basic flipping left hand and right, and batter stirring, pan greasing and pancake stacking.
Oh, how many did you get for customer relations?
2%. Clear off.
This is the worst kitchen I've ever seen.
It would be worse if there were worst.
Oh.
It's a what's name? A sausage.
Worst sausage?
No, if you want the worst sausage, try Dibblers.
Dear. So it's to be puns, is it?
Just watch the pancakes for a while. It's very soothing.
I like the commitment to the jokes, even if I don't necessarily like the jokes.
Well, I'll catch you later then. Ah, so it was ice cream for dinner yesterday, eh?
Ooh. I'm waiting for it to happen. And I ain't clicked properly.
Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs?
Yay.
Hands off my pixels.
Excellent. Good lad, Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Ah, we now have the formula to construct Reclamento's never-failing Dragon's Lair revealer.
You mean like a rat, sir?
Really?
Oops.
Could be. That'd be easier, certainly. You've got a good firm grasp of facts. I like that in a wizard. Go forth and fetch the elements we need to construct this device. I'll see that your performance is brought to the attention of the university board when we review your grant next year. We may only halve it, for example.
Sir, have I ever told you of my ambition to be a yak?
It can be arranged, Rincewind. Just ask the librarian. Now, gonna move on. We need a staff of tumultuous taumaturgy, a spiral of never-failing induction, a miniature creature of excitable chitters, and a container made of the strongest ferrous metal.
Oh, is that all?
Well, a sample of breath from the subject in question is necessary.
Dragon's breath?
Yes. Any problems with that? No? Well, don't just stand there. Off you go.
So that's a little puzzle sequence in itself, if you like. If we just recap, we woke up, we had to go talk to the Arch-Chancellor. He gave us a task to fight to get that book. We then we spoke to the monkey, ape, orangutan, librarian. He said we needed a library card. Couldn't find a library card, so had to find alternative means, which was the banana. But we couldn't get the banana without getting the chest. And we could only get the chest if we had the broom. So if you didn't know what you were doing in that sequence, it wouldn't necessarily have looked quite as straightforward as it maybe did. Or as it hopefully did.
They've changed the wasp names. The hand wriggles. It's a whole new spell. Can't. The spell's a secret.
Nice weather.
Since classes in wind whistling, rain making and lightning throwing are all scheduled for today, I think that's being a wee bit premature.
So, this is it? You just stand here all day getting a wage for eating prunes?
Certainly. Someone's got to do it. It's a plum job.
The hand wriggles, please.
Yeah, right. Look, you just wiggle 'em like this.
this.
Yes, almost. Now try it like that.
Like this.
Right you are, son. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'd like a nice lie down.
But what about the gate? Aren't you going to guard it?
Oh, who gives them monkeys? Did you get the number of that donkey cart?
Well, I'll catch you later then. That doesn't work. What's this then? Prunes, finest quality, extra dark old bowel buster. Yuck.
Bisected by the river Ankh, the city of Ankh-Morpork is the oldest existing city on the Discworld. It is really two cities, proud Ankh, turnwise of the river, and pestilent Morpork on the Widdershin side, although the pestilence is quite democratic and in fact covers most of the city. It is said that all roads lead to Ankh-Morpork, but this is in fact incorrect. The truth is that all roads lead away from Ankh-Morpork.
So this is Ankh-Morpork, as he said, and this is your map for the game. So there are various places in amongst the buildings that you can go to. I've just shown you most of them, I think. Oh no, there's the shades, yeah. That, if you can't tell, is the dragon causing mischief.
So, anyway, how's the wife?
Oh, not so bad. How's yours?
Oh, doing well, doing well. We thought we might invite you two around for dinner tomorrow night. I've made a chocolate cake, strawberry pudding, and duck's foot casserole with leaf mould.
Leaf mould?
Oh, sorry. Did I say leaf mould? I meant caramel. Anyway, there'll be lashings of everything. You know the wife. She likes to cook.
Yeah, but is this a good idea? I thought she was watching her weight.
Why should she watch her weight?
Well, you know, after last time, when she accidentally ate that camel.
Oh, she's not overweight. She's just, she's just cuddly.
Yeah, cuddly. Very, very cuddly. With humps.
So, how's your wife then? Did she get that thing off her face?
Thing? What thing?
The hairy thing.
That's a beauty spot, that is.
Oh, I see. Bit long for a beauty spot, isn't it? No, I mean, in area.
Look, moustaches are supposed to be a sign of sensuality.
What, on women?
Listen, are you calling my wife ugly?
No.
Good. I'd have been ever so cross if you did.
There we go. Let's try and get in. Nope.
Clear off!
Now, that's what I call a guarding conversation. Look,
Clear off!
I'll do that again.
could you just let me in, please?
Clear off!
I don't think you should pay him any attention. That's love, that is. Putting up with an old bag of a wife.
What?
Well, your friend here was saying how massively unattractive your wife actually is.
No, just mostly unattractive. I'm sure she actually got in a beauty. Help!
Greetings, lowly and scabby peasant.
Hail, old pointy-hatted one, and less of the scabby, thank you.
What's happening?
We seek an audience with the patrician, the mighty ruler of Ankh-Morpork. It's about this dragon, you see. He's making the cows dry up and all the curtains fade.
What, really?
Well, that's what our Agnes says. Anyway, who wants to have their family char-boiled by a dragon? Soot's hell to shift.
Yes.
Well, anyway, that's what old Uncle Agnes says. You can't go fairer than that.
Uncle Agnes?
Yeah, Uncle.
So you describe him as a bit of a man, then?
Hadn't really thought about it, to tell the truth. Now you come to mention it, I suppose we should have asked. We just married him off to one of those guards outside the gates.
Well, that explains something.
Hello, dear.
Eek!
Tired? Ooh, I give a pretty good foot massage.
Now let's remain very, very calm about this, shall we?
A quiet dinner, a relaxing evening watching the potions brew. I'm very good at toes, you know. How's about just a little sing-song? Don't suppose you know a wizard's staff has a knob on the end, do you?
Mine hasn't, I can assure you. But I'll just rush off and check, just in case. Wait a minute, you're a thief. What are you doing here?
Well, it's about my quota, see? The amount I'm allowed to steal. It's not enough. The dragon's been destroying housing, so rent just went through the roof. I mean, a 20% increase in theft quotas for the duration of the emergency seems a reasonable thing to ask, doesn't it?
Depends if you're in the 20%.
One of the remarkable innovations introduced by the patrician was to make the Thieves' Guild responsible for theft, with annual budgets, forward planning, and above all, rigid job protection. Thus, in return for an average level of crime per annum, the thieves themselves saw to it that unauthorized crime was met with the full force of injustice, which was generally a stick with nails in it.
Hello?
No, it's a visitor, isn't it, Chucky? A visitor, yes it is.
Oh, Chucky! Look here! Mr. Pinch-Old-Egg says hello.
Hello. He said hello to us, Chucky. Oh, Chucky.
Yes, what might your name be?
It's secret.
Eh?
I can't tell you, but Mr. Flower knows.
Oh, well, if you like. Hello, Mr. Flower.
What? He's all wet. Oh, Chucky!
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me. Excuse me, I think I must have missed something.
Missed it? Oh, very good. He's good, isn't he, Chucky?
He's good. He's very good. Yes, he's very good indeed. Oh, Chucky!
Are you all right?
Oh, I'll be all right, Chucky. I'll be all right.
Look here!
I think I'm just going to lie down for a little while.
I think the answer's no.
Look, I was wondering if I could get some information off you.
Information?
Information, Chucky? About lizards? About dragons, yes?
Well, yes, all right.
Dragons. All about dragons then, Uncle.
Look, could you just keep it down a little, please?
Dragons, Chucky. Chucky doesn't like dragons.
Shut up! Quiet! Now just tell me what you know.
Tell what?
What about the dragon?
What?
The dragon that threatens the city.
Oh, Chucky!
He knows about the dragon.
Quiet!
Dragon, Chucky, dragon.
Now look,
Guess what I am now?
boring,
No, guess again.
a teapot.
Yes, teapot. Teapot, Chucky. Oh, Chucky.
Stop it! Stop acting insane!
Insane? Did you say insane?
Yeah?
Chucky doesn't like it when I'm called insane. My mother called me insane once. She said it right before she died.
Ooh. Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me. Why do I always get the loons?
Loons, boons, goons. You come to...
Look, are you on treatment for this condition?
Treatment? Treatment? Very clever, very clever. Chucky likes treatment. Does Pencilhead want some treatment too?
Now look, why don't you and your puppet just go away? Anyway, what sort of treatment?
Oh, Chucky, Chucky, Chucky!
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole
Yeah, I agree.
So, I hope you've come here on pleasant business. Non-disruptive business. Reliable, solid business. Rather than mere disruptive rumour-mongering. Would I...
Serious business? Well, yes.
Really?
Well, it's all pretty grim stuff, actually. You see, I've come to get some action happening about this dragon business.
What?
Well, that is,
There are no such things as dragons. They are a physical impossibility. No ifs, buts, or maybes. I've had enough. The next person who mentions dragons in my presence will be off for a trip to the information-gathering technicians. Extremely quickly.
Well, I just thought...
Yeah?
Oh. Right you are, then. Rumour-mongering, solid business, maybe...
Well, are you? Or aren't you?
So, you wouldn't consider anything dragony at all?
Valid.
Valid conversation.
In a nutshell, I think.
Yes, I see you. If, however, just for argument's sake...
Argument?
Well, I say argument, more a suppositionary discussion, really, but if something, say, vaguely reptilian were actually to creep into the conversation...
Yes?
And the weather being seasonal, a flame or even fire-breathing theme were to, as it were, intrude across into the subject...
Yes. Yes, I see your point.
Well, you see where that begins to lead us, then.
Quite. Yes, quite right. Well, I think this sort of information deserves a very thorough treatment.
Exactly so.
Perhaps the dungeon's information retrieval technicians might be willing to offer their services in such a case. Refresh your memory of details, that sort of thing.
Information retrieval technicians.
Yes, they're the ones.
The ones with racks and windlasses and that long sort of bent thing that they poke.
Now you're with me. All supposition, of course.
Yes, as you say.
In any case, was there anything you wished to broach with me at all? Taxes, law reforms, dragons?
Dragon? Goodness, no! What dragon?
Exactly. We'll let it rest there then, shall we? Don't let me detain you.
Yes, no need to stretch the point. Look, I'll just go and stand over here then, all right? That doesn't work. Clever. We didn't see whoever's in the bath. Thank God for small mercies. Last time I saw a ring as big as that, there were druids dancing round it. Yes, definitely a hat stand. That doesn't... That doesn't work. The jumbo size. Love those lampwicks. Eye makeup, rouge, hair cream, all seems a bit dandified if you ask me. That doesn't... That doesn't... That doesn't work. Actually, if you're going to spend all day in a chair, I think you'd be better off opting for something with more lower back support. Seems to be locked. Well, either that or it's just pretty wallpaper. Not only doors, but windows too. Poetic, isn't it? Oi! Heel, down! I'm sorry, he normally never does this. Keep off the grass. Actually, since they irrigate this stuff with river water, I'm surprised they even need the sign. The stench should be enough to simply move you right along. Ah, Lampus Illuminaticus. No fooling this wizard. I've taken an advanced course in lamp recognition, I have. Comfy looking bench, that. I'd need a very good reason before I go into the shades.
The Shades is an area where curiosity not only kills the cat, but ties lead weights to its feet and throws it in the river.
Wanted for arson, suspect approximately 3 tons, 200 feet long, scaly. Wanted dead, definitely dead. Reasonable reward. Counterwise wine tasting at Bear Huggers Wineries. Please bring bucket to winery the day before you arrive. Lost. Small dog. Answers to the name of Gaspode. Talks too much. If found, keep.
Is he one?
One what?
One of them, Yes.
Probably he's wearing a hat.
Well, I'm not standing for it. Young man, are you one of them?
Look, I'm not exactly sure what you...
Yes.
Oh, all right. Yes, then.
Funny. He doesn't walk like one.
It's hard to tell in that...
I think I can see how this is going. It's a case of humorous misunderstanding, yes?
I'm not going to fall for it.
You shouldn't think so, in that dress.
You see, you're just taking perfectly ordinary remarks and trying to make some kind of joke out of them.
Oh, come on. There's not much to laugh at in our job.
I can see that.
We need a bit of fun.
This might not be much, but it's better than being up to your knees in blood.
What are your job?
Oh, we're heroes, mate.
You? Don't make me laugh.
You just said we didn't.
I mean, you? Killing dragons?
Oh, we've killed dozens of them in our day, and if you think you're a hero too, you'll want to find the dragon. So off you go. No point wasting any time. You didn't see me wasting any time when I took out the dreaded Temple of Offla.
One of them? Well, it depends who's asking.
Who? Why, it's us. The rootinest, tootinest, shootinest.
Hats and whips.
And gold.
Inside temples.
What? Missionaries?
No, the other ones. Nasty natives with spiders and snakes. Yuck. So you mark my words.
Look, I think you should probably all just start again.
You listen up, young fellow. We're all legendary heroes here. So keep your ears open and you might learn a thing or two. Incidentally, on a point of detail, we only root and shoot. We never toot. Well, hardly ever.
It's all depending on his destiny. I'm the kind of man that went out and made his own destiny.
What out of?
Come again?
Well, you carve a destiny, don't you?
Could be made of ivory.
Can't get the elephants these days.
How's about iron? Then you could forge a mighty destiny.
Too heavy. It has to be wood.
What?
There we are, young man. Your destiny should be made of wood. Don't go to the desert, though. It'll get termites, and then you'll have a holy destiny. Had to struggle a bit for that one, sorry.
Most certainly not. I've never been one of them.
He doesn't look like one of them.
He's wearing a dress. It's the best way to tell.
Ah, well, if you'll just excuse me, I think I hear destiny calling.
Dragon detector, sir?
Hey, what?
Can I interest you in a dragon detector, sir? I'll only charge you cost price, a single shilling. I'm cutting my own throat.
A dragon detector? How does it work?
Easy as pie, sir. This rod has a piece of wood tied to the end. When you get close to a dragon, the wood turns to ash.
How close?
Very well, you caught me there, Governor. A slight design flaw. Tell you what, I'll halve the price. 2 shillings and it's yours. I'm cutting my own throat.
Oh, no. Let me guess. The lovable street merchant.
Cut my own throat, Dibbler, at your service. Care to buy a dragon breath proof vest, sir?
Is it guaranteed?
It's never been destroyed by dragon's breath yet, sir.
Not necessarily a strong recommendation, though, is it? I mean, it's never been engulfed by lava or trampled by penguins either.
There you are, sir. 3 guarantees for the price of 1.
No, thank you.
Well, how's about dragon pinwheels, sir? Cloisson pins, flags, or we have dragon repellent. Only 1 shilling gets you a bottle. Tell you what, sir, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm cutting my own throat. Money back guarantee. You get your full cash back if, in fact, the dragon eats you. First,
Not today, thank you. Not tomorrow either. What's that smell? It's like roasting loincloths.
sausage in a bun, sir. Wholesome and nutritious. I'll tell you what, I'll sell 3 for the price of 1. A single penny. I'm cutting my own throat.
Nah, thank you.
Care to buy?
No!
But you never even heard my pitch.
I thought I'd save time.
We can go back and try it from the top if you'd like, sir.
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
So I think we'll call it a day there. Hopefully you've got a sense of what an adventure game is, and particularly what Discworld, the adventure game, is like. I would recommend it. It is a fun little game, and not too long. I don't expect it to take much more than probably about 6-7 hours to finish. So yeah, I'd give it a go if I were you. There is a sequel, Discworld 2, Reality Bites, I think it's called in America, and I can't remember what it was called here, but Discworld 2 is available as well, and Discworld Noir, which is available on PC and PlayStation 1. So yeah, seek them out if you're interested. Give our podcast a listen. Episode 3 is all about Discworld. So yeah, give us a listen. Come over to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/thisgamewhere. Like the page, talk to us. We'd love to hear from anybody that is listening or watching the videos. And you can find the podcast at thisgamewhere.podbean.com. That's where you'll find all the episodes. Also on YouTube, on iTunes, on Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. So yeah, you can find us all over the place. We would love to hear from you if you are listening. Thank you very much for joining us for the video, and we'll see you later.